Hello and welcome to another episode of the Mark and Me podcast. As always, I'm your host Mark. Now, on today's episode, we're following the tradition of a yearly 2000trees festival special, and hopefully you've listened to the first two parts because I've already sat down and released a podcast with Let Live backstage at 2000trees. Yesterday, you got the first part, which included interviews with Hyphen, Blank Atlas, Battle Snape and Kid Capisci. So this time round, I'm bringing you 4 brand new interviews for the next part of these 2000trees specials. On today's episode, you're going to get interviews with the bands CHROMA, the Hunna, Press Club and the incredible Bambie Thug. I really truly believe there's something for everyone on these episodes. All of them have great energy. It's such a celebration of the best festival in the UK, and I can't wait to get these interviews with you in a couple of minutes' time. As I said, if you haven't listened to the first part right now, there's a whole episode recorded backstage with the amazing Let Live, one of the highlights of the festival. Then you've got the first part, which I think's great. I think it's got something for everyone again. Hyphen, an absolutely incredible upcoming artist. Blank Atlas, who are just one of the best bands out there. Battle Snake, you will not find another band as unique as this. And then I would say this already, even though they've not been on the scene forever, the legends Kid Capisci. So go and listen to that if you haven't listened. And now I think we should get on to today's episode. So to kick things off, here I am with my interview with the awesome band CHROMA. Welcome both to the Mark and Me podcast.
Thank you.
Hello, Shemai.
It's lovely to see you both, and even though we're melting and it's the hottest day I think in history, what I do with all guests that come on is I never like to change the format, so I always like to start the same way. Even after 9 years of doing this podcast, I always like to go with the same opening question for you both. So, when you were growing up and you were getting your pocket money and you went out and you maybe did a paper round or a job to earn that money to buy yourself those CDs, can you remember the first one that you bought, even if it's embarrassing, even if it's absolutely an awful album now, but that first one that you remember going out there and buying with your own money?
Yeah, I remember exactly. I was 9 years old and I bought American Idiot by Green Day. That was
wow.
Like the first one I bought with my own money, and I was
Straight
like,
in,
a great
Slay.
album. Like, I still stand by it now. It has a lot of sentimentality to it. I know a lot of people contest it's not the best Green Day one, but I do love it still.
And it's going to have nostalgia reasons, so you remember probably paying $11.99 for it, listening to every song because you wouldn't be buying or streaming a song the next day, so you needed to make every last penny of that album mean something.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is yours as cool as that, or is it embarrassing?
Absolutely not. It's embarrassing. Well, it's not that embarrassing. I think I had Busted when I was 8 years old.
Busted has been mentioned, I think, 3 times today on this.
Busted.
Yeah.
And I remember my mum, what's called joking with me, being like, oh, yeah, she's got a Busted CD, as in it's like broken.
Nice.
Take
it back, it's faulty, yeah.
It's not broken. It's the name of the band, Mom. Nah.
That's a good one.
Nice
Nice contrast, but still quite punky, still kind of poppy, great choruses. And weirdly, from Green Day, my first gig was Green Day on their Dookie tour.
Oh, nice.
So I was very lucky, but it shows that I'm a lot older. And I was wondering if you both had a great first gig, or was it Busted, or was it something similar?
Mine was actually iconic. I went to watch Lady Gaga on the Monster Ball.
That was your
tour.
first ever gig?
That was my first ever gig.
That's fucking phenomenal.
It's phenomenal.
Yeah.
As in start as you mean to go on, people.
I was going to say, like, literally Lady
amazing.
Gaga, and then like anything after that is...
It's like, and it was the Monster Ball gig as well. It was her second album.
Yeah.
She was headlining, and yeah, it was amazing. It's like, baby, we have to dance.
Oh.
And yeah, I remember this big gay man was stood in front of me, and he was like, would you like to go in front of me? And I was like, yeah, because I'm 5'3".
Nice.
So I would have been 5'2".
She's phenomenal.
Back then. She was amazing.
Absolutely amazing. And even her acting and everything, she's just one of a kind. And I think whenever I've seen any live shows or performances, it's up there with Madonna.
Yeah,
it's
Stephanie's she's
boom.
not messing around.
No, it's
she is not messing around.
you get your money's worth for your ticket.
Absolutely.
It's amazing. And what about you? Surely it wasn't Lady Gaga.
No, it wasn't. This one I don't stand by as much, but ultimately it was a good show. Who's Years 2008.
Oh my god! I forgot about Who's Years.
It was a fancy dress show as well, so everyone there was dinosaur costumes and nurses and all that. It was hilarious, but it was a good vibe.
Do you know what? Genuinely, more gigs should be fancy dress.
Yeah.
I reckon if I was in a band now, truly, it's 20 quid to get in, but if you come in fancy dress, it's a tenner.
Yeah, true.
Encourage
Actually,
people.
Yeah,
And then everyone would just have a great laugh. Like, you're not going to, if someone knocks your drink and you turn around and they're dressed up as a Teletubby, you're not going to be like, oh, fuck you, you know.
Yeah.
I tell you what, we went on tour with Goldie Lookin' Chain, and like some of the costumes was amazing. There was one lady who dressed up as like a robot in Newcastle, and it was like homemade, fantastic lyrics on the front. It was full experience, but I reckon we could probably implement that in our shows.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Chapel Rowan has got a theme for her fancy dress, actually. Yeah, we'd have to like get our stuff together.
What's her theme?
She's got different themes for like each time.
That's amazing.
Isn't that amazing? So it'd be like what's called mermaid theme, cowboy theme, whatever. But it'd be like, I don't know, something a bit more glamorous sounding than, oh yeah, right guys, dress up as mermaid. Maybe we could have a pickle.
Everyone dresses as pickles.
My friend's having a pickle party for a 30th soon, so like we could have a pickle gig.
Yeah, that'd be funny.
So a pickle party, is everyone only eating pickles all night?
Okay, pickle
good.
Pickle margaritas, like obviously pickles, different types of pickles as hors d'oeuvres. Everyone's got to wear green. A pickle party.
I've never ever in my entire life heard of anyone have a pickle party.
You're missing out.
Well, you're missing out. It's
It's
2025, baby.
God, I bet by the end of the night you'll just be like, I fucking hate pickles. Like,
Never.
Never?
Actually, never. Well, if you know that way inclined, I'm very much on the pickle train.
Yeah, fair enough.
So, guys, with 2000 Trees, does it feel real when you're here? Does it feel real that you've got to go on stage? You've been on stage, you've done your show, you've got the show.
Yeah.
Are you like, fuck, this is mad?
I tell you what, we were saying like we were nervous for this one just because we've really, really wanted to play this festival for such a long time. And we're in a place, like a really exciting place with a band and stuff. We just wanted it to be really good.
Yeah.
And we kind of walked off and we were happy, and I love the chaos. I love it. I like it. Yeah.
And they're a fantastic crowd as well. A lot of them knew the words and stuff.
Yeah, just like, I don't know, the crowd here is just fab. Like, people are here to like watch music and appreciate music. And yeah, you should get that with every gig, but sometimes you don't. And you know, there was no babysitting involved. Like, it was just like, yeah, straight up really, really good.
Did you both have nerves before you went on? Were you like, oh my god, like, because you've wanted it for so long?
Yeah.
The expectations are very high, so approaching it, are you like, it's real now?
Yeah, I kind of get nervous, but it's like more like nervous excitement. But it's more like wanting, where my headspace is, it's like more like, okay, I want this to be as good as it possibly can be, you know?
Yeah.
So I kind of like switch off and then go into it. But then when you're like excited to play something, you're like, oh, it's over now, I want to do that again.
Yeah.
And I've had that so many times, like playing gigs and stuff. You get off and it's like being on a roller coaster. You're like, I want to do that again now.
You'll get the blues for a while because it's like, it's such a high. How do you replicate it unless there's another 2000 Trees next week, you know?
I know.
Do you get to enjoy the rest of the festival, guys? Do you get to hang around and watch some bands? And
yeah, there's a few on my list for today. Obviously, we're going to stick around for as long as we can to watch Kneecap at some point. But in the meantime, there's DD Death Rays have only just found out to play in, so I'm going to try and get to watch them. I saw them about 11 years ago in Hereford, of all places, and they smashed it there. So I'm keen to see what they've done.
Hereford, wow.
Yeah, do you remember the Jailie?
The what?
The Jailie, the jailhouse.
I went to college in Ludlow, which is near Hereford, and I can't remember the venue names, but that rings a bell.
That was a fantastic venue, and rest in peace.
Massive bell. Yeah.
R.I.P.
But yeah, they were superb there, so I'm keen to see them again.
That's amazing. And are you here tomorrow?
No, we gotta go to work.
Oh, that's the reality.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, but yeah, we're excited. We were talking about like, it's nice going to a festival just for a day.
Yeah.
It's like a theme park in a way.
It's like a little theme park.
Like Alton Towers for a day.
Alton Towers. We're not worried about tomorrow. But we're just buzzing to walk around and stuff. And see the sights.
Holiday, little holiday day.
Short, sharp, and nice. But like, I don't know. Yeah, next year maybe.
Yeah, it'd be good to actually stay down here for it.
I'm just such a little princess when it comes to camping. Like,
I wouldn't count. We got an Airbnb. We're like,
good on you.
I'm not going to sit in a tent at my age.
No.
I do not want it.
In
I'm not
this
snobby.
heat-
I just don't want it.
Fair enough.
I don't want it.
I like
don't want it
comfort.
either.
I like comfort. I want warmth. I don't need to worry about warmth today,
Yeah.
but I don't want to feel like this. Ugh.
Yeah,
You know what
I
you want,
respect
that's important.
that. I
Yeah.
respect
I'll try and be cool, but I'm like, it's not for me.
it. Nah,
So-
not do it. That's the
That's
slay.
it. Yeah. So the listeners out there might want to check out some music from you guys. What's the best way they can do this? Obviously, Spotify is the way that people will discover you. But
Yeah.
do you have
Yeah.
music from your Bandcamp or anything at their website that they can go and buy stuff? Or
It mainly is the streamers, but if you go to chroma.band, everything is there.
Everything is there.
That's our home, really.
Hopefully, we're going to be releasing new music soon
That's
as
what
well.
I was about to say. When's new music coming?
Well, I don't know. It's kind of like it's there. All of the bits are there, so we're just waiting for like a release date now. So it's very, 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 very soon.
We're expecting in the coming weeks, I'd say.
In the coming
Nice.
weeks. I know, yeah. So we're really
What about
buzzing.
touring then? Any more gigs in the diary?
Oh, gigs in the diary.
This really hasn't been like a big live year for us. I guess we've been focusing a lot on the back catalogue and
Yeah.
music and stuff. But we're planning to hit next year pretty hard. So
Yeah, we've kind of been trying to get like ahead of ourselves this year. So like getting, a good bunch of solid songs in the bank, and we're really, really excited about it. We're really excited about like kind of, I don't know. It's like the roller coaster, isn't it? You kind of like, you're like, ooh.
No, it's good. And now you can see the big dippers coming up and the twists and the turns. Yeah, it's magical.
And it was great. Like we had such an amazing time with like our debut album, and we're really like thankful for like everything that has kind of come from that.
And you don't need to rush anything.
Nah.
Enjoy it.
Enjoying it.
Otherwise
yeah.
it'll be over before you realise, and then there's the big come down for too long.
That's
Try and resist having too much of a long come down.
Yeah, that's
That's
the
the
aim
secret.
of life,
That's
isn't
it. And once you've nailed it, you're dead. But on that note, enjoy yourself. No, but what I do on this podcast is my last question. You guys get to choose the song that's being played at the very end. So as this is edited, if you can both agree, I'd really love that. But if not, I'll choose which is the best song. But a song that means a lot to you, and then it'll be played at the end of the episode.
Ooh.
Everyone's put on the spot. I know it's difficult because you might have 10 million songs.
We're gonna have a fight. No, we're not gonna fight.
What's that soft play song you like with the mandolin?
Oh, that was everything and nothing. Everything and nothing.
That's a good vibe to end a show on.
That one.
Is that so soft play?
Soft play.
Yeah, nice.
That
Who
song
played
is
here
so-
last year, I think. Or,
Yeah. That song's so beautiful. It's so stunning.
You both
We'll
on the
have
same
that one.
page here? It'll
Yeah, I
make
think
it
so, yeah.
very easy for me then.
Yeah.
There we are.
We'll go for that one.
Thank you for coming on the podcast, guys.
Thanks for having us.
It's been a pleasure. Thank you very much. So that was me and CHROMA backstage at 2000trees, an amazing band. Go and see them live, go and invest in their music. If you haven't heard of them before and this podcast brings new listeners to that band, then I'm doing my job well. Up next we have a band that I am so obsessed with lately. They're unreal. They're called the Hunna. Hopefully you've heard of them. Everyone was talking about them on site at 2000trees, and it's probably one of the most in-depth, deep conversations that I've had at a festival. And we only get 10 minutes, but I think it's absolutely everything you'd want from an interview. So let's get to it. Here's me and the Hunna. Welcome to the Mark and Me podcast. How
Thanks
are you?
for having me.
You good?
I'm very good, thank you. Yeah, how are you?
Fantastic. What I do, I've actually said this a few times today, but I'm over, by the time this goes out, it will be over 450 episodes.
Wow.
So what I do with all guests, and I won't change it for you today, is I love to go on a journey, and I love to know when it all started for you, that first album, maybe with pocket money, maybe with, I don't know, maybe you cleaned some windows or did a paper round, but you got that money to buy that first album. And I wondered, even if it's embarrassing and you never tell anyone, what that first one was that, you remember earning and paying that hard-earned money for.
The first album.
And you can be honest, even if it's terrible.
Yeah, no, I'm trying to go back. I think the first was potentially and probably Busted.
Today has been McFly and Busted Day. I've had, I think, 11 interviews, and about every interview's just been, my first gig was busted, my album was busted.
Yeah. No, I was a big busted boy for sure. I had busted tie, and I went to the tours, and they were a big start for me for sure.
It's good, isn't it, really? Because then people that get into them genuinely discover, I want a bit heavier, I want a bit more, and before you know it, they're listening to Deftones and stuff.
Exactly. Yeah, 100%. That's where I went, Deftones, especially because Charlie obviously went and did Fight Star.
Yeah,
that was a big
nice
big
gateway to them. Yeah. If you like heavier and a bit of screaming, then Chino might be your cup of tea.
Exactly. Because at first it was like I was so into Busted, and then it was like they were killing it, and then Charlie left, and I was like, what's he doing? Like, he's just broken my heart. And then I saw Fight Star, and I was like, all right, I get it.
Now, obviously, President, so...
Exactly. Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
So, what about live music? So, my fortunate kind of story is that it was Green Day. So, Dookie had come out. I was lucky enough to go to Wolverhampton, see them on that tour. So, I'm a lot older. But blew my mind, dude. Like, I left that venue that night thinking all I want to do for the rest of my life is be like Billy Joe Armstrong. I just want to pick up a guitar. I want to be in a band. I don't want to go and do a 9 till 5. And I wondered if you had a great first gig, or was it one that, again, might not be the best, but still helped with everything that leads up to the day we're in today?
First, there was some before, but this one was probably, I remember being in the crowd and having the moment where it just clicked, and I was like, okay, this is what I want to do. This feels right to me. And that was 2017, no, earlier than that, when I was 17. Went to V Festival, and I saw Kings of Leon, and
I was at that festival, Staffordshire. I used to go Weston Park, and V Festival was the one. Like, I saw Coldplay, Muse, Radiohead, like, unbelievable.
It was good. Like, it was Prodigy, Faithless, Stereophonics, Kings of Leon, Sweet Temper Trap, and lots of other. It was cool. It was eclectic, and Kings of Leon. I just remember being in the crowd and just like having a moment of just like hearing the crowd so loud, singing the songs with them, and just how great they sounded. And I remember there having a moment of being like, because I was already I was doing music, but I remember that moment being like, okay, being in a band, doing that is exactly what I should be doing.
Did that actually spark more than just the thought? Were you like, how do I put this into like a reality? Can I actually become something? Or were you not even playing an instrument or singing or do anything at that point?
I sung, but not, necessarily, seriously. Like I met Dan in our band when we were 15, and we were in bands, even before that. So we were already kind of playing, and then I had that moment, and then from there it wasn't really it wasn't much of like, how do I do it? It was more just, it just sparked something, and there's a fire in our bellies, and we just, everything that we did from then on was just, any bit of money that we got from our jobs, part-time jobs, it would just go into recording or videos, or
get that first
getting out and playing wherever we could, paying to play, and just all that stuff you do when you're trying to do it. And we were just kind of relentless. There was no plan B, and we just full steam ahead, really. We just didn't really look back.
Isn't there like a lovely kind of innocence about that you just didn't give a shit? Nothing else got in the way.
It was that. Yeah.
All we want is to go out and make a living for ourselves and do it. And there was no kind of bigger picture of like, how do we fund this? What about record labels? What about this? You just were like, we just want to go out there and do it.
Yeah, it was like, obviously there were times where we had to be like, okay, like we would get together press packs, and we would, just send so many emails and just annoy managements and record labels and radios and whoever it was. We would just, we were just relentless at it until we either got told to go away or someone picked up something. So we were just, I don't know what it was. We were just so driven and so determined that we just never looked, anywhere else apart from that. And it was just, I think we just had a real belief that we could do it if we just kept going. It would happen. Of course, and we just never looked back, really. And it wasn't easy. Like, not a lot of people understand as well. Like, spending all your money on this stuff over here, and then your parents are like, dude, you need to you need to get a real job. And you need to do this. And you know, they've got their idea of stuff as well.
Of course, we want you to be in an office earning lots of money and having a structure and 9 to 5 every day.
So yeah, I mean, especially when you know it's early days and you know, you've got
nothing to show for it.
Yeah, you know, when you're playing to like no one, but you're just, you know, you're still doing it.
But you believe, don't you?
Exactly, and you know, it's the love of it as well is the most important thing. So,
and you've got to have that belief, otherwise you probably. I think there's a difference, right? So there's a million podcasts out there. This is not me saying that I'm different to anyone, but a lot of people say, "Oh, I've worked so hard for this podcast." I'm like, what have you done? They're like, "Oh, we've had this artwork made, and we've done." And I'm like, I've gone out there to the last spot at the festival at the end of the night when everyone else is getting drunk, and I'm still recording interviews. I am pouring my heart and blood into this.
Yeah.
There's a difference of I want this to I will do anything for this.
Yeah, 100%.
And there's a huge difference.
Yeah. No, there is for sure, and especially in this industry, it's you know, if you want it, you got to want it. That's it. You know, there's no plan B. That was it for us, and it was just tunnel vision. It was like, we'll get there when we get there, but we're gonna get there. Like, that's it.
So when was that moment for you? You talked. Obviously, your parents are saying get a real job. You got pressure on you because probably your friends and family like your mum and dad's mates, kids are all getting jobs and degrees and all this. When was the moment you were like, I think I've done enough to show them at least there's something here. There's a bit of proof in the pudding. There's something that they can hold on to now and say, okay, son, we can see that there's a bit of meat to this.
Yeah. You know, so we've started doing it like properly since we were 15, and then probably around like the 20 mark.
Yeah.
And again, we'd you know, toured tirelessly anywhere that we could around our surrounding area. So we had built up a bit of a name for ourselves. Like, we were starting to get some regular people come into London and come into wherever else that we played. That would come kind of every time. So it was nice to see that over the years we had built up some kind of fan base. Still wasn't a lot, but something was brewing. And you know, we had a bit of play on like BBC introducing here and there.
So there's good milestones here.
Yeah, like there were steps and that was, you know, the thing for us is like we are, you know, we're making things happen. It's not as big as we want, but things are happening, you know, and you know, they were stepping stones. So I think those little things, and then them coming and seeing that there was something there, and also them coming and enjoying what we were doing as well. Like, I think they could tell that we definitely had something, and it was just a matter of time. And then eventually we did get we got the exposure, and after, you know, we showcased ourselves to multiple labels and managements and got strung along to it's gonna happen, and then, you know, dropped out and hearts on the floor, and just, you know, tough moments of being like, that was really close, when is it gonna happen? But again, even after that, like, there was one time with a big management, but they literally for months and months was like going, and it was like really positive. We were like, this is it. And then we rehearsed so hard and put everything into this showcase, and we nailed it. And then the guy was like, you guys are great, like, you know, you've got the songs, you've got a great look, but we're actually relaunching the Sugar Babes, and and we don't have you know, I don't have enough budget to take you on, that kind of thing.
It's one or the other.
And and it was you know, that was a big one. Like, we literally poured so much into it. We were like, this is it.
You can
and he
touch
gave
the distance.
Touch it, and he gave us it, and then he just dropped it. And then I remember we went back to Dan's house after, and we were just, you know, after driving back to Dan's, feeling like a bit low, you know, naturally. But then very quickly we were just, I think we've always had that connection with each other, that we just pick each other up, and we were just like, it's his man. It's his loss, man. Like, Sugar Babes over us, what we're doing right now.
Where are
like,
Sugar Babes now, eh?
Exactly. He did that, and then, like, you know, a few months later, they broke up again or whatever. So you know, and from that, we've ended up writing songs about that moment that then went on the first record, which, you know, tons of fans love and connect with. So
I think the resilience and the power to bounce back is what makes you. And so many people fall at those hurdles, and it's not getting too deep, but if every time I had the no or the Zoom invite came and I was like, I've got my dream guest, and then they're so sorry they can't do it. Like, okay, when is it going to be? Oh, they're not going to do it now on this tour. I'm like,
Yeah, right.
what?
Yeah,
Like, I've prepped, I've got everything ready. This was the one moment. I was even going to start telling people, like, if I did throw in the white towel at that point, I wouldn't be here even 12 months in it.
Yeah, exactly. You gotta have thick skin and again, just that, you know, everything happens for a reason.
And do you think maybe it's just me speaking, but I think then I appreciate everything fucking tenfold, because I'm like, I've got 2000 trees, I'm on stage, I'm doing this, like, that wasn't meant to happen and now it has, so I'm like, fucking grateful.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, I think it always kind of gets paid around, you know, especially with your mindset and you know, reaction to things, like like you say, if you kind of let it take over you and let it beat you down, then you wouldn't keep going and you wouldn't get to those moments where when things do happen, you're like super grateful, you know, you really feel it and you're present in it. So yeah, it's important for sure.
It's amazing. And when you see yourself on the poster, and I've seen your journey, I saw you, I want to say Reading and Leeds, I can't remember how many years ago, but I saw you and I've seen you progress, and I've seen you now on this stage and it's going up. Is it nice to take a step back and see the progression and be like, I know, guys, we fell at these hurdles and there was a lot of pressure, but we're doing the right thing because we're going up and we're not seeing this like decline where you're now on the opening stage, on the smallest stage possible at 3 PM. You're like, this is all paying off.
Yeah, for sure. We've been doing this quite a while now, and we've been through a lot within the industry, and we've learned a lot. And again, we're a strong group. Like, we basically grew up together. We're all born in the same hospital, so we're really, you know, a close band, and we've been through a lot personally as well as a band. So, you know, we know each other so well, and we believe in each other, and we know that we can get through some really tough times.
It's a good story, man. It's really good, and it's not even over. Like, it's just a few chapters in.
Yeah, exactly. There's lots to come, and you know, we've got big ambitions for the band, and we just want to bring more people in to enjoy it with us. And we've got an amazing fan base already, and
it'll just keep getting bigger.
Yeah, we're just grateful. We love to play, so we're just grateful to do our thing, and and just take it as far as we can. And first time at Trees today, went down really
wonderful,
well.
Isn't it?
Went down so well. So yeah.
My final question is, at the end of this episode, you'll get to choose a song that's played at the very end. So I'll edit our interview, I'll have a bit of your music, and at the very end you can have any song by any band that closes the podcast.
Okay.
I make it quite different, so every guest gets to choose a song. I know I'm putting you on the spot, but I already know there's 100 songs in your head. But what's the one that comes to the very top when I ask you the question that you'd love to be played at the end of today's special?
Of like any band?
Any song in the whole world. It's a good question, because a lot of people are like, oh yeah, this one. And I'm like, why? And you're like, because of this.
Yeah. You know what? I'm going to go with, as you just asked me, this is the first thing that came to my head, I'm going to go with Paint Your Target by Fightstar.
Oh, nice.
Because that was the first Fightstar song that came out after Charlie left.
Fuck yeah.
And I remember seeing it and watching the video on Kerrang and stuff and being like, this is so sick.
Amazing. Like a nice 360 moment for today's interview as well.
Yeah, exactly. And that really then, led me into another musical journey.
Yeah.
So yeah, and Charlie ended up featuring on our 4th album.
How cool is that?
Which was one of the best things that we've ever done,
Dude, I really feel we could talk for hours, so you're always welcome to come back on. I've had Chino, I've had Incubus, I've had all the bands, so if you ever want to come back on, let's do it.
It'd be a pleasure, yeah.
Awesome, man. Thank you for coming on, dude.
Thank you, man.
So there was me and the Hunna. Genuinely, I could have talked to that guy for so long. Like, 10 minutes was great, and I'm so grateful for the time I get, especially at festivals when there's so many people in press wanting to talk to these bands. But my God, I just felt this connection, and I just wanted to carry on talking. It was so good. Right, next up is one of the hottest bands out there right now, Press Club. People are going insane for this band, and I know why, because I've been listening to them since I got back from the festival. They're blowing my mind, and I'm so grateful that I actually got to see them because they were so in demand. But I'm great I got the Mark and Me interview done, so let's get to it. Here's me and Press Club. Guys, welcome to the Mark and Me podcast.
Hello.
Thank you for having us. It is an absolute pleasure.
It is an absolute pleasure, and it's fucking boiling. So let's
It
not
is so hot.
ignore the fact that we're dying in Portaloos. We're in a field. We're sweaty, but it's all good because we're here.
We are here.
We are here. We're at one of the best festivals that are in existence.
Ever.
I think so.
And what I do with all guests that come on, this is your first time. Some bands have been on a few times, but
This is our second time.
you've never been on Mark and Me.
Oh, sorry. I thought you meant this festival.
Oh no! I was going to say.
Delete.
I was like, have I gone mental? I'm like, I know my bands on this podcast.
No, just Natalie.
Sorry, just
God,
me.
I was panicking
just
then.
Me.
So what I do with all bands that come on is I go right back to the start, and I love to know the first album that you ever bought. If each of you want to tell me, maybe you used your pocket money, maybe you, I don't know.
I convinced my parents. I'm like, I beg, borrow, and steal. Like, I need to buy this album.
Yeah.
And funny you say that because you're wearing the T-shirt of
Oh.
the first album I ever bought. So coincidence, but yeah, it was Silverchair Frog Stomp.
What a masterpiece of an album.
Yeah, incredible. Changed my life, I would say. For
Me
sure.
too. Daniel Johns is a genius.
He is. Yeah. Agreed. Hard agree.
How do you go at 14 to write that album that is just astonishing?
Yeah.
To then go, there's going to be a bit of pressure now. People are calling you the new Kurt Cobain, and people are going to put pressure on you. You come back with Freak Show,
Yeah.
and then you go, right, everything I've done to now is incredible, but wait for this. This is called Neon Ballroom. and
That
this
was probably
song-
my favorite, I think.
Yeah, this is called Emotion
Yeah.
Sickness,
Oh.
and we're going to use strings and orchestras, and the guy that did
Yeah,
this
Hold My Beer.
the piano for The
Yeah.
Shining, it's like
It was amazing.
astonishing.
Mine is
Yeah.
going to be much less interesting.
It might not
than
be. You
that.
might be like, it's Silverchair's second album, Freak Show.
No, mine's going to be. I can't completely remember, but I think it's potentially was either Aqua, Dr. Jones, the single.
Very catchy. It was very catchy.
Or it could have been the Britney Hit Me Baby One More Time single. Back in the days where you could buy singles on CDs.
They were like $1.99 here in the UK. You'd go on a Monday and they'd be out,
Yeah.
and there'd be like 2 CD singles, $1.99 each, and you
Yeah.
play them to death.
And the beauty of them was like you'd get the song, and then you'd get an alternate version of the song, and then you'd get the single edit version of
Yeah.
the song, and then you'd get like
The acapella.
or the techno version, never a techno version, the remix, and then you'd get like one super random like song on there. I think the Aqua random song was Mewtwo, like a Pokemon song.
Wow. I did not know this.
I might be getting a few different CD singles mixed up, but
They all count.
there was a single that I bought where the added song was like Mewtwo, like a Pokemon song essentially.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
I miss genuinely, there's still a few bands that will give it the time of day, but B-sides. I miss the fact that some people will be like, this isn't quite worthy of a single, we don't want to put it on the album.
Yeah.
Bands like Oasis that then have these B-sides that are better than most bands' A-sides.
We put out a
it's
B-side
insane.
this year.
That's good. This is
Yeah,
good.
we
This is
did
what you need to
a
keep
double
doing.
single, one of those sorts of
Yeah.
like.
Was that physical though, or was it?
No.
See, it's
God,
not-
Yeah, it's
Nothing's
really.
physical.
It's
I
too
want it.
expensive.
Nothing is physical anymore.
Yeah.
It's
I mean,
too
we
expensive.
do press
Yeah.
vinyl and we make CDs still. People
Yeah.
buy CDs everywhere
Absolutely.
still.
But-
I'm waiting for the resurgence of CDs because I've got every
coming.
great CD at
No,
home.
it's coming.
And when
We've
it
sold
comes,
more
I'm gonna be like,
CDs this tour
I've got
than
everything.
We've
Yeah.
sold more CDs this tour than we have in a few years, so that's pretty
Yeah.
cool.
Much to my wife's dismay, I also have every CD I've ever bought. So, yeah,
You've
I've got
never
Frog
thrown
Stomp
them
still.
away.
Yeah, me too. I'm like, I'm going to keep this. When people are like, have you got the original CD of Frog Stomp? I've like got 2 of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right now is probably the perfect time to be going to like op shops and like community
stocking up.
shops
Getting that
and
collection.
finding all of the old CDs and just like
And they're gonna be like
stocking up on the good
20p.
ones.
100%.
Yeah, they'll be
Oxfam
so
5 for a
cheap.
pound, and you're like, right, I'm going to stock up. This is
Yeah.
my retirement fund.
Yeah. I saw an Australian band had just like done that, and they were like, great score at the Oppie today, and it was like 5 of the best CDs you
That's
could
amazing.
ever think of.
What
Yeah.
about live music, guys? So first gig. You didn't know that was coming, so
No, I can remember. My first gig was a band called Body Jar. I don't know if you've heard of them.
Body Jar.
Yeah, Melbourne band. They started in like the late 80s. Formative Australian punk band. You'd probably heard the song "Not the Same." I'm sure if I played it to you, you'd know it.
That rings a bell. Yeah.
So it was Body Jar and $1 Short at the Hi-Fi Bar in Melbourne. My sister took me, and I was like, again, it's one of those like pivotal moments I can point to. I go, oh, okay, that's what I want to do now. Like, how do I make that happen?
That's a hell of a gig.
It was amazing.
It's stuck with you till today.
Body Jar are coming over in like 2 weeks. My friend now plays bass for them.
That's
and
cool.
I recorded them at my studio like a month ago.
Oh,
so
I did a guest vocal on their new album as well.
full circle.
It's all coming together.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Crazy
Synergy.
full circle, yeah.
And what about you?
You're getting me again because I've got the worst memory
Aqua.
of all time. It wasn't Aqua, no.
Barbie Girl
It would have
Tour.
just been like I grew up in the country-ish. So I remember where it was. It was at a place called Granary Lane in Ballarat. But,
Okay.
I could not tell you the band that played there, but I know that I had a poster on my wall, and I think it might have been like maybe a ska reggae band or something like that, but I could not.
Even if it wasn't first, what was the one that you can remember? So if I'm like looking for a name of a band or an experience, even if it's great and it was 3 years later, what's that one that you were like, the hairs on your neck were sticking up and you were like, this is absolutely phenomenal?
Actually, Middle East at Meredith Music Festival, one of the years that I went.
Nice.
It was like the morning show, like 11 a.m. or something like that. Everyone was extremely seedy. And I remember just like standing there with my sunglasses on, like watching, and I was just like, whoa. And I had to take my sunglasses, like slowly raised them to my head and just went like, wow. They were beautiful.
See, that's a good moment. That sounds wonderful.
I feel like it always happens at festivals for me because I'm so short that going to gigs is almost useless.
Yeah, that's fair.
I might as well just listen at home.
Watch
a
it
lot of the
later on
time.
YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But festivals are usually I can get a
Which
good
links us
glimpse.
nicely to sitting here at 2000trees Festival. Do you guys get nervous when you see yourself on the poster and think, shit, we need to put on a good show? There's some huge bands here.
I get excited. I mean, it's a privilege,
Yeah.
really. Just like living your dream, really. And then when you're amongst some of the people that you idolise when you were 15 years old, have to pinch myself. I've seen some people walking around this tent. I'm like, I've been listening to you since I was in high school, and I can't wait to watch Coheed and Cambria later on. Like, formative music for me. So, yeah, I mean, I don't get nervous. I get excited, and I just can't wait to do it. You know what I mean? And
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, if the nerves come, it just turn it into excitement.
How good are Coheed as well?
Amazing band. And
Did you not see them? They did an acoustic set in
I
the
missed
forest.
it. No, we were playing like around
you
the
should have
same
walked
time.
off stage and be like, I need to
I
go.
know,
I'm
I gotta
sorry.
go, guys. I got other places to be.
People would understand.
I know. I think they would. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Incredible musicianship.
Tonight
and
will
just,
be so
yeah,
good.
Yeah. Just like I said, formative for me. Like, aspire to that. So yeah, keen to see it later on.
Are there nerves when you guys are about to go on stage at a festival like this, knowing that you need to win new fans?
Yeah, I mean, like we just said, turn nerves into excitement.
Every
always.
time.
Yeah, but there's so much stuff to do before you're getting on stage. It's just like, go. You've got to like sort so much stuff. You've got a half hour to like put all of your stuff on stage and figure it all out and get all the things that you need in your wedges and your ears and stuff. So it's hard to get.
What's the come down like once it's done? Because all the anticipation, all the adrenaline, all the build up is like, for that moment, you blink, it's gone, and then you're like, oh. Like,
yeah.
I mean, we're sort of living in it right now. We played just before all these interviews, so you're watching it in real time.
Yeah,
Dude,
this is the come down is us talking to you,
just
just like.
So I'm sitting here like, I need another fix.
Yeah.
Like, what am I going to do?
Yeah, I mean, it's
For us, I mean, it's going to be a big come down because it's like this is the last show on we've been over here for a month now. It's like 22 shows, and this is the last one. So it's a really good one to go out on. Like
next week, you're going to
be
like,
able to.
Fuck my life.
Well, next week we start touring in Australia, so we're not allowed to be like that.
Is to never stop, and then you'll never get to come
so.
down.
Yeah, right.
That's the secret to any addiction,
yeah.
right?
For today,
If
I
you're
think.
listening right now, just get back on the drugs.
Yeah,
But yeah,
absolutely.
We never
You
said
heard it.
anything
You heard it
about
here.
drugs.
Press Club
We're
endorses.
talking about playing music.
of course, which is a drug.
It is. And like,
But
But it's a
especially
safer
like,
drug.
especially playing
Much
music.
safer.
I think we're all addicted to
Yeah.
the feeling that you get from performing in front of a crowd and feeding off their energy. And
Perfect.
yeah, it is absolutely addictive.
How long until we get new music from you guys?
We just released a new album like 2 months ago.
That's still too long. People want more
Yeah,
singles.
right?
People want a remix. People
Yeah.
want a B-side.
End of
want
the
a
year, we'll put a
B-side.
single out. Let's go.
You reckon?
Yeah.
All right.
Come
Now
on,
I
put the
reckon
pressure on.
once we get home, we finish that tour, we'll start doing some writing. We're
You never
too,
stop, do you?
no, you can't.
No.
You can't stop. If you're supposed to be in a band that like wants to keep on doing things and travel and do all the tours and all the things, you've got to just keep on putting music out. Thankfully, that's like all we want to do is write music and play songs.
That's amazing. Until
So,
that
like,
burns
you
out,
know.
then you keep on doing it.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. So I think like once we settle from this tour, we'll probably take a few weeks off and then get back in the studio like we always do.
You said you're going to see Coe tonight as the headliner, Taking Back Sunday, other
Yep.
bands you've listened to.
Yeah.
Do you get
Cloud
to be here
Nothings.
tomorrow as well, or is it just today?
Unfortunately, it's just today.
We fly home tomorrow.
Unfortunately,
One
yeah.
more day, you could have seen Alexis on
I
fire.
know, yeah. It's,
Let live.
I know.
it's just how it works, you know. You have to just.
It's a good compromise, but
Yeah, it is. Like we get tonight at least. Yeah.
it's going to be good tonight. I'm
It will.
excited.
Yeah.
Really
I'm very
excited.
excited.
Same.
I think it'll be fun.
So tour in Australia when you get back, take a breather, or is it still touring?
We'll take a breather after that.
One day off, yeah.
Yeah.
Couple
And then,
of
like I
days.
said, we'll probably end up in the studio.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And then
We
back
wa-
here,
we
probably
can't-
before
we
you know it,
can't
next
stop.
year we could be more festivals.
Potentially, yeah. Yeah, we'll see what happens. Yeah.
Yeah.
Who
Right
knows
now,
what the
we've
future
only
holds.
we only know up till the end of the year. We're a DIY band, so we don't have like 2 years in advance planning.
That's
We're
fair.
just like, what's coming up in the next
Yeah,
few
what you
months?
got
Like,
next
what should
Tuesday?
we do?
Yeah.
Yeah. What's
Final-
on Tuesday? Let's write an album.
Final question for you both. You can choose a song that means a lot to you by anyone in the world, and as this podcast finishes, I will put that song on this episode.
Okay. Ooh.
I don't need to give any more detail because you're both on the same page. Just the song that means the most to you that came to your head when I asked the question.
Sure. The Drones, They'll Kill You. Amazing piece of Australian songwriting, crazy lyricism. Don't really know how Gareth does it. It might not be the most uplifting one, but it's just an amazing piece for me.
I've immediately gone blank, but as soon as you said the Drones, I was like, oh, let's take Berlin Chair by UMI, which is such a random one. I don't think that I would usually put that on the like be all and end all playlist, but it's a
I've
great
not
song.
heard either of these, so I'm like, let's
There you go.
let's do
You're going to
this.
learn some stuff.
That's
this
what
is
you
some
need,
pure
discovery.
Australian.
That's what I want.
Yeah.
If you're like
some,
Oasis, I'm like, Beatles, Stone
boring.
Roses.
No,
this
educate
is-
yourself.
This
Yeah.
is two like pretty pivotal Australian bands that have like, you know, kind of changed the
Yeah.
landscape of music in Australia.
Absolutely.
So both. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Tim Rogers, Gareth Lydiard, yeah,
Unbelievable.
amazing Australian songwriters. So, yeah, educate yourself.
Thank you for coming on.
Thank you for having us. It's
Thank
been
you so
a real
much for having
treat.
us.
Where you'd rearrange your past emerge with each new twist that came. Or you'd touch down, then you'd shut down and leave before you'd stay. Soothed only by a hope that the world would.
So there was me and Press Club, a band that have got so much hype behind them, but completely live up to every single inch of it because they're phenomenal, and I've been obsessed. Go and listen to them, check them out, and hopefully it won't be long until they return to the UK because they're just absolutely a force to be reckoned with. Such great guys, so grateful to speak to them, and what a great interview. Right, to close things off on this special, it has to be Bambie Thug, an amazing person, an incredible artist, and I think the interview got a lot deeper than they were expecting. It was great, the chemistry was there, and it's definitely an artist that I want back on the podcast as soon as possible. So here it is, here backstage at 2000trees is me and Bambie Thug.
I'm a tsunami, I'm a tidal wave, I destroy everything in my path, no one's safe. About to hit you like a hurricane, I'm about to blow up like a motherfucking hand grenade. Give you a taste, you want better like a lemonade. Causing damage, I'm a motherfucking renegade. All my stars align, retrograde, I'm a fucking savage mess.
Welcome to the Mark and Me podcast.
Hello.
How are you doing?
I'm good.
You melted
How are
or you
you?
alright?
I don't have a lot on, so I'm not as melty as some of my comrades, but I'm hot.
No problem. What I do on this podcast, for every guest that comes on, is I like to take it right back to the very start.
Yes.
So every guest that comes on gets the first same question, and we're going to go back in time. So I want to know when you were growing up. Yeah, like a Back to the Future noise.
Yeah, go on. Where am I?
Flux capacitor. We need to go back to when you were a kid,
Wow.
and the first CD that you bought with your own pocket money that you remember buying, even if it was terrible. I
It-
want you to be honest and be like, it was this.
S Club 7, Reach for the Stars.
That's a hell of a tune. What a chorus that song is.
Yeah, for real. And also we had it and it was the only CD we brought on our holiday to France, so it was on repeat constantly.
Was this like a single, not even the album?
Yeah, it was a single.
Wow. So
yeah.
your parents were like the same song on
yeah,
repeat?
over and over and over, and I always got what I wanted, so it was played on and on and on.
It's a tune, to be fair. I like it, but I think I'd hate it by the end of the holiday.
I know, but I was a child, so I was like, again,
Yeah, your attention span's like, again, let's do it again.
Yeah.
Do you think that's the reason you're here today, S Club 7?
I don't know if you've seen any of my previous interviews, but my first 5 concerts were actually Westlife, so
Wow.
a lot of my musical
You
taste
just ruined my next
doesn't-
question.
Ay, sorry.
You've just literally
Sorry.
So I always then say, my first gig was Green Day. Yours was?
Westlife.
Wow. 5 times?
Yeah, 5 times.
Was it always the same lineup, or did you see them in then every, like, you know, now they're like, there's one member walking around like Life of West or whatever it's called now.
I saw
Like,
them in lots of different suits.
nice.
Yeah.
Was it life changing?
At the time, yeah, I was obsessed.
That's good. Everyone was.
I was a real, like...
Because it was Take That
Westlife-
or Westlife, wasn't it? Or Boyzone.
No, it was Westlife for me only, to be honest. Westlife and Britney Spears.
Yeah. Britney Spears was a good one.
Yeah. Honestly, I was such a pop head. I still am. You know,
I was
sometimes
going
I'm
to say,
like,
it never
I'm like-
leaves.
I'm like a spy in here. Like I'm like a secret pop fanatic.
But if they're good songs, who cares?
Honestly, yeah, and I love.
And I
country
want
music.
a
love
chorus that
everything.
stays in my head.
Yeah.
One of my favourite artists of all time right now. Right now, all time doesn't make sense.
All
but
now, right now,
right now,
of all
it's Casey
time.
Musgraves.
I was just listening to her this morning.
I know, I was watching you.
Oh,
That's why I mentioned it.
what song were you on there for me?
Butterfly
Oh, gorgeous.
or Golden Hour.
Golden Hour is lovely.
But I love the new album, Deeper Well.
She's just a beautiful songwriter.
She's just phenomenal.
Phenomenal.
Like, she knows how to write a chorus, and every
Yeah.
single song is just epic. And you listen to the lyrics, and you just listen to the... It's just so... I don't know. It does something to me.
I love country music. I'm not. Yeah.
So that got me then to Zach Bryan and everyone else, and I was like, I don't care. I'm like, I like metal, I like Deftones, I like
Why
Korn,
can't you like all
but I like
of
it all.
All of it.
Yes.
I love everything.
So when did you listen? I'm trying to picture in my head. You're listening to Westlife. You got some great CDs of S Club. At what point are you thinking I want to start writing music for myself and go out there and do my thing?
God, it was after I graduated university. But at the time I was making like jazzy, like alt folk music.
Nice.
And then I was doing like soul music, and then I did some dance music, and then I did very pop, and then I went to Berlin, and I came back broken, and I came back me.
Was it Berlin that broke you?
Well, yeah, I had a kind of crazy stuff happen to me there, and I unlocked a lot of stuff in me, and then kind of awakened this more darker side of me. Like, I've always been interested in like, I've always loved the villains and things, and I've always loved that side of it. But musically, I wasn't really given the outlet to explore that. Apart from my, like, I think that when I was doing like dark, folky jazz, that is actually probably the closest to me now that I am. So it's kind of done full circle, just got a bit heavy.
That's fair.
And electronic, where I started with just a guitar. So and also I write everything.
Yeah.
I have a 12-song country album written for the future already. I wrote that in LA when
Watch out, Casey.
Do you know? For real.
Yeah, Dolly Parton, Casey,
oh my
you
God,
on tour.
love me. That would be so amazing.
What a triple bill.
Do you know? I just want to have music that I can play in the daytime of a festival, and then I'll play Bambie Thug at nighttime. You know? I'll do both.
That'd be lovely. But
I'd
just
love that.
an acoustic guitar in the forest here.
Stunning. And then later, like...
Are you here all weekend?
No, we're playing a festival in Slovakia on Saturday, so we're flying tomorrow.
Are you here to watch any bands tomorrow, or you got to go?
No, we're leaving
You
tonight.
literally- fuck.
To fly tomorrow
Jesus.
morning. Yeah. Same with Glastonbury. I had 2 festivals in Finland, flew right to Glastonbury, and then had to fly again.
Is that tiring?
Yeah, I'm exhausted
Yeah,
half
it
the time.
sounds it.
But adrenaline does a lot for you
Yeah.
on stage. I'm really excited to see Kneecap tonight. That's the main one. And then I'll have a wander and see who I...
Because I was going to invite you. I'm doing an acoustic stage set tomorrow.
Are you?
With Coed in Cambria.
Are you?
Yeah, in the forest. How cool would that have been?
That's lit.
Because then we could have made it nice, and then in the evening it could be rah.
Yeah.
So that would have been a really good example, but
Do you know
another
what
time.
I'm learning for next year is like, I want to be at the festivals and I'm performing a little bit more. Do you know, I want to see them. I didn't get to see any Glastonbury, really.
No. And that must feel like work then, instead of it being a kind of a little holiday. Like I come here, I do this, but then tonight I go and watch Kneecap and I get to go and watch bands and enjoy myself.
Yeah.
You must be like, oh, I've done my job, I've got to shut up shop, and then we're going again.
Yeah. Very
sucks.
that. Yeah. It does, but I'm still grateful to be able to
I was
play
going to
them.
say it's awesome in
Yeah.
the same time, and it's kind of this. You can't have the sweet without the sour.
Yeah. And I think actually, do you know, if I'm actually being real to myself, I get very overwhelmed in crowds. So maybe one or two is enough for me to
So
see.
how do you turn it on when you're in front of the crowd? Is it
That's
because you're
not
not
in
part
the
of
crowd.
it? Because you're in front of it?
Yeah, they're all just looking at me. Whether
That's cool.
But like if I'm in it, I get a bit.
Ugh.
I just get a bit claustrophobic, and
Yeah.
I pick up a lot of energy real easy. So like if I'm bashing into people, like I'm just super hyper aware. I'm hyper vigilant.
Yeah.
So I love being on stage. It's different, you know. But when I'm not Bambie either, like if we're out, I don't like any attention. I don't like any attention drawn to me. I want people to leave me alone. I'll just be like, I'll be there, enjoying myself in the quiet.
So can you switch it on and off easily?
Yeah.
You can.
Yeah, but I mean, like me, I'm super soft in person and when I'm out. And like, I'm a Pisces. We don't really like.
Me too.
Are you?
Yeah, February 27th.
Ooh, I'm the 6th of March. So we don't really like too much.
No.
But it's my Leo moon that allows me to be on stage.
It's weird because I want to be in front of the camera. I want to be on the podcast. I want to have the
But
whole
that's-
world watch me.
That's still a barrier.
Yeah.
Which
And then I want to go into
complete-
bed and no one see me.
Yes.
I'm glad it's not just me.
No, it's not you. Alone.
I didn't know if it was more than that, but you're right.
Yeah.
It's interesting, isn't it? Because it's such a contrast.
Such a contrast. It's crazy. But then again, I wake up feeling different every single day. So I'm just here for the ride.
Do you ever think you find out who you really are, or is it just a test the whole time?
I know who I am inside and deep down.
Even though you've got to switch it on and be Bambie and then switch it off and be normal and quiet?
But I think
How do they not blur when you're doing it so often?
what is the connecting feature is just a little sweet soul who wants to have fun.
That should
I
be like
don't
your
know.
bio.
Just a little sweet soul who wants to have fun and
yeah.
scream.
And I will kill you in your
Yeah.
sleep. But yeah.
I don't know. Like I think maybe like life is long. We're always shifting. We should allow ourselves to be fluid in every sense of the word. And I'm always learning. So
And change is good sometimes.
change is great. And
Yeah.
growth is great. And like
Evolving is the most
evolving
important
is
part.
amazing.
And with music, I always like evolve. I like people to evolve.
Yeah.
Do you know why? Because my favourite bands could be Thrice, could be Radiohead, could be Paramore.
Yeah.
And they don't have anything in common.
Yeah.
But they never play it safe. They always try and change, grow,
Yeah.
add new dynamics. And
Well-
that keeps me interested.
Exactly, but I think as artists, that's our job is to explore and to morph and to try new things.
It's too easy to copy and paste
Oh
and
my
play
God.
the same thing.
Imagine if artists who have the same type of sound all the time drive me wild. I'm like, yes, loved it for this. I love new. I love seeing different shapes in people's arsenal of music. Do you know?
The creativity behind it
There's just
has
no
no
bounds.
limits.
Do
There you
know?
go. Look at that.
Exactly.
Yeah. And that's what's important, because I'm not saying it's boring, but and I'm not picking on you if you're listening right now, but Status Quo, right? Same song, same. I wouldn't know any difference between
Yeah.
their songs. Sorry if you're listening, Status Quo. Are they dead? I don't know. But anyway,
I
if
don't
they've
know.
been doing it for many years, the same sort of thing every time.
Yeah.
And I don't love it.
Yeah.
So if I'm there now saying like, oh, look at how Hayley Williams from Paramore's took a solo project and wrote
Yeah,
something completely
gorgeous.
different. Petals for Armour, stunning, really, really fucking heartfelt and raw. Wow. Like,
Yeah.
give me more of that.
Exactly. I want to see all the sides to you. I
Has
wanna
everyone
see-
seen the sides of you yet? Or
No,
is it
oh my God, I just
nowhere
told
near?
you
I
I've
suppose
got
if you've got a country album,
country
yeah.
wave.
Nowhere near.
Probably got like a big jazz standards in me somewhere.
Yeah.
More pop, more rap, everything. I don't know. I just love.
Don't you love
Just
it when you have a nice deep connection, conversation,
Just
someone
love
walks
it.
over and goes,
Yeah,
"You've got 1 minute left."
Yeah, Claire
I fucking love
Colton.
that. Like, you can see we're actually having a good conversation here. This is working. This could be an hour at least, and you're walking over to me
I
going,
might be in. I might be
1
in
minute
demand.
left.
That's the thing. I keep getting pulled around.
come back on the podcast one day.
I'd love to.
In the meantime, what I do on this podcast for today
Mhm.
is you get to choose the last piece of music that's played. So as this is all edited and the world's ready for listen to Bambie and Mark and me talk, you can have any song played by any artist in the world. We could go with Casey Musgraves, but
No. I want to do you know the flute tune?
The flute tune.
Claire,
Wow.
can I have your phone?
It's not going to work. You know, there's no internet here and everything doesn't work.
Maybe it does. I want to just get the name of this tune.
Do you want me to find it?
Yeah, flute tune.
Let me see. I might not work. We're asking. Look, you're offline. This is fucking shit.
Oh, damn.
But let's have a look. Here we go. Flute.
A flute tune. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. Okay, so the song is the flute tune Soul Pride remix by J Cut.
Is that definitely the one? Not the one underneath. Okay. I've heard that. I've heard that on like loads of memes
Yeah,
and
it's
stuff
so
like that.
cursed. That
Okay.
or Nyan Cat, whichever you want.
That sounds fucking awesome. Thank you for coming on the podcast.
Thank
I
you
wish
so
I had
much.
longer with you. I'm like,
I
we're
know.
just starting to scratch the surface, and now we're like, bye everyone. But
Well, I'll be back.
our times will cross.
can have
Our
me
paths
back
will
again.
cross. Let's get a photo and enjoy the rest of your day.
Yeah, would you like to be would you like to be the fish that's on its head or standing up straight?
We'll just stand up, be normal. And just do that. Is that okay? Thank you very much. So there it is. There's my interview with me and Bambie Thug. What an amazing person. What an artist. What an inspiration. Like, one of my favourite interviews I've ever done on Mark and Me, and we only did 10 minutes again. Maybe a little bit longer, but they have to come back for more. Like, oh, I felt so good on site doing that interview, and I just felt we had this connection, this incredible moment, and I'm so glad I get to share it with all you listeners out there because it really means a lot to me. So that does actually bring us to the end of this special. Don't worry, there's going to be more coming up, but I want to say a massive thanks to CHROMA, the Hunna, Press Club and Bambie Thug for coming on Mark and Me. It was a great day, it was a great festival, and I'm so excited to bring you a whole new special in only a couple of days' time. Before I go, if you're new to Mark and Me and have just discovered this podcast because of 2000 Trees, there's over 450 episodes sitting there for you to dive right back into. There's artists, directors, musicians, you name it, they've been on Mark and Me, and I'm really proud of my back catalogue. So dive in, see what you think, and if you've enjoyed today's episode, please share it. You may have a Facebook page, a Twitter, an Instagram, a TikTok, or just tell your friends. If you knew someone that went to the festival, why not share this and just send them the link? It goes a massive way to celebrating Mark and Me, getting the word out there, and more people joining the community and being a fan of the podcast. I do also have a Patreon account, so if you want to help me and support me to do these festivals and go out there and record interviews for you guys at home, go on to markandme.com and click the link right there that will take you to the Patreon page, and it's as little as £1 a month to support this podcast. Also, I want to say a massive shout out to the sponsors of Mark and Me, Richer Sounds, who are one of the best people out there for audio, visual and hi-fi. If you want to get yourself headphones, a TV, anything to do with audio and visual, go on richersounds.com or visit any of their high street stores. And not only that, the great guys at Vice Press. If you want a poster, an art print, some collectible items, go on vicepress.com, add anything to the basket and use the discount code MarkandMe10 and you get yourself 10% off your first purchase. Right, I'm going to be back in a couple of days' time with another brand new episode of Mark and Me. It's more interviews that recorded backstage at 2000 Trees, and trust me, they're huge names, absolutely mind-blowing. There may be even a headliner, you never know, and that'll be with you in a couple of days' time. So, until then, look after yourself. As always, take care, be kind to each other, and I'll speak to you all very soon.